What is going on, governors? Chisgule here, and woo, I'm still recovering from being sick. You can hear my voice. It's like I can't even do the voice. I can't even do the voice, but I am feeling better today than I was yesterday or the day before. So progress, chat, progress. I actually didn't do a video yesterday because I was like, man, I'm sick. I can't record. But today I think I can stream. I think we can chill. We can watch this KvK unfold. Your intro music is so good. Tell me what it's called. It's Criminals by Fool. F-O-O-L. Big shout out to the members and moderators before we begin. Citrix, Eli Plays, William, Mr. Somebody, Quizja, Just for Fun, Smeg, OCG, Tito, Shelby, how's it going? Prospect, and Albert Water. Thank you for the super chat before the stream even started. Let's go. Citrix, imagine not being sick. Yes, I have to imagine what that's like. I've been sick for 3 or 4 days now. The being rested is a distant memory. You were just watching my Zone 6 pass opening stream? Nice, man. Dude, those pass opening streams are very fun to watch. Let me jump in game real quick. We actually don't have much time, chat, before the pass opens. Alex Wisely, welcome back to the Honor Guard. Yo, let's get those hype emojis for Alex Wisely. Rejoining the Honor Guard. Let's go. 5 minutes till this thing opens up, chat. 5 minutes. Let's make a bookmark. .1960 and 365 have not started fighting. However, you should subscribe to the channel because as soon as that fighting starts, I will be streaming it. 100%. I think it's going to be very fun. It's going to be some good spectating. By the way, for those of you wondering kind of what happened in the Kingsland with 1916 and 1075, last I looked, 1916 had a footing, but yeah, I think that was cleared out. Let's go get a look. It's your daily dose of Rise of Kingdoms news here. Yeah, I mean, T2A had land all the way to the Zig. They were the sort of last bastion of hope going all the way to the Zig here. It was almost all of Kingsland with 1916 still with a single flag line in Kingsland yesterday. So it looks like this has flipped over entirely here. We can go back to the Kingsland that's about to open. Actually, before we do, I gotta send out a gatherer. Chat, I gather my resources. They're gathered and gifted, so I gotta work. I gotta put in that work. Now, I'm sure you're doing this too, but periodically it's worth checking to say like, hey, do I have an armament that gives me a little gold gathering speed? I can give myself a little troop load. That doesn't do much for me. I already got gold gathering here, here, and here, so we can send it out. On these gathering marches, you really just want the gold gathering speed. The troop load will reduce the number of siege units that you bring, which means if you're hit, which shouldn't happen, but does, then troop load means you'll have less units in the march, which means less hospital bill. Plato will also be streaming as Kingsland. Yeah, so for those of you that have been with me for a while, you know that I generally feel like content creators should kind of stream their own stuff and not have other people covering it. But now that YouTube rating is an official thing, if I cover somebody's KvK as a small content creator and then I raid them, that's like the best thing that could happen. Every time I raid a small content creator, I mean, it's like at least 100 subs that they gain. And I wouldn't raid them if I didn't think they were someone that you'd enjoy watching, right? So it's a win all the way around. Ooh, you have an armament with 2.5 extra % resources gained? Yeah, that's really good. I mean, you know, we're talking about resource gathering, but for resource gathering, that's really good. Now, we have minutes before this starts. So in the 1 minute that I have left, let me actually show the map to you. This is a 3v5 KvK chat. This is a 3v5 double Imperium KvK. And the kingdoms you want to watch closely are 1021 and 2268. This is very much a many versus the mighty situation. I think that's kind of what's going on. 1021, I think, is kind of the mighty group here. The group in red, fewer, but I think more punchy. The group in blue, more of them, less punchy. That's my impression. And what I've been told is that it's all going to come down to this Kingsland. So let's get rid of the map for now. In fact, let's shrink the map. So that you can kind of see what's going on if you're tuning in later. Or joining the stream late. You can get a look at who's in this map. Now, I like the idea of this Richard I doing some buffing. I think the Richard, though, hopefully won't debuff this Joan with the damage reduction. That would, like, kind of defeat the purpose. Richard is really, like, a terrible commander to use as a part of one of these punching bag marches for hitting a pass. And the reason is that the AoE is probably going to hit somebody that's trying to hit the pass. It's like almost always happens. You could avoid that, but the Trajan doesn't have healing anyways, so they could have done a Trajan Richard. That would last longer. Prospect, thank you for the super chat. I appreciate Leo. Also, thank you for the super chat. 1021 has been holding so strong at 10 forts alone. Definitely looking forward to seeing how this Kingsland goes. Big hype for Prospect and Leo. Thank you for the super chats. Let's go. Do you think 1034 will have a big migration? They aren't Imperium. I'm not sure what they're up to. These days, you kind of want 300 really strong people in your kingdom, because if you take the Zig, then you get 300 rewards for the Autarch shop. So you may as well have, 300 people in your kingdom. I'm definitely a fan of the pass swarming technique. The key to this chat is high DPS, high damage. Oh, it's fronts, not forts. My mind saw what I wanted to see, which is forts. Thank you, Leo. They're at 10 different fronts? Wow. So 1021's kind of holding it down, huh? It is funny how the brain sees what it expects to see, rather than what's actually there sometimes. I think 1254 is very likely to register for the first pop we get. I don't actually have the details around what we're doing. I think I could have the details. I just don't pay enough attention. But I think 1254 really wants to get into KvK really quickly. Just, buddy, we've got King's Landing. Yeah, I know. King's Landing should be easy, though, right? For those of you that missed it, We started playing Game of Thrones Winter is Coming. They sponsored a number of streams and videos on my channel. And we're taking King's Landing today. I think that King's Landing capture is going to be pretty uneventful, though. I think we're just going to win. Oh my god, why is everybody, like, moving around? What's going on here? What are they doing? Chat, what happened here? Why is this like some frenzy of activity? There we go. They're through the pass. Leo, thank you for the super chat. 1021 all the way. I bet you people were like clicking to try to get out here, and their troops were going all the way around up to this pass. Wait a minute. This one's still not taken. What's going on here? Oh boy. This could get close, chat. The king skill I recognized. It's all the movement that seemed weird. For those of you wondering what I'm drinking here, this concoction is a Get Better Soon tea. It's a chai with honey and a bunch of other stuff that's supposed to help when you're sick. All right, nope, all the Kingsland passes are not taken yet. Not yet. And until the fat lady sings, anything could happen. Although this looks like it's going to go pretty smoothly here. Chat says it's whiskey with honey. It is not whiskey with honey. Okay. Now all Kingsland passes are taken. Let's go. So what would we expect to see here, right? Pretty sure these guys are caged, which creates a really awkward situation for 1021. (1021) has this entryway. And the question is, who has this other entryway? It looks like it's not the allies of 1021. So 1021 and their allies have these two entries into Kingsland. So this is like an upper left versus bottom right situation, I think. Does that sound right, chat? You're about to get into KvK Season 1. Any tips? Gabe, let me give you the $1 million tip, okay? Which is that however safe you think your city is, it's not safe enough. Don't get zeroed in KvK. You think your flags are safe? They're not. You think that your city is in a zone that's safe? It's not safe. Always assume the zone will be lost, the flags will be lost. Honestly, in my first KvK, anytime I wasn't fighting, I ported back to the starting zone. I didn't even bubble. Because a bubble, I mean, it could fall off. If you are going to bubble, use a longer bubble than you think you need. That's really the key. It's pretty simple. Don't get zeroed. Kingsland, baby. Kingsland. This is where it's at. Now, the reality is that the real fireworks don't start for another 45 minutes to an hour. Once the flags are touching each other, then it really gets spicy. But this corner is probably one of the first points of contact. It usually is, right in this corner, and then also right over here. So these wall jumps are absolutely critical. Let's see how they're doing. So far, this looks very good. This is what they need to be doing. Granted, they need to get some actual troops in these flags. Ooh. So they're currently blocked from actually getting their troops in the flags. It's really good for 1021. This is really good for 1021. 1021 is at, oh, and they already took down a flag. Wow, dude, 1021 has a steamroll on this corner right now. I know this doesn't seem like much. You're like, oh, it's a flag, nobody's in. No. This corner is really big, chat. The corners are where the action is at the opening of the Kingsland. Crazy Amar, thank you for the super chat. You missed the KvK? Yo, let's get those hype emojis for Crazy Amar. Thank you for the super. I really appreciate you. Our nude. We zeroed our deadweight whale last Friday because his bubble dropped. Ooh, yeah. See? Always got a bubble longer than you think you need it. No, this mountain hop is going really, really poorly. Really, really poorly for 2268. Really, really good for 1021 and their allies. You could spend a lot of time fighting for this corner, and there should be more flags down here for purple, but they can't get field. They also haven't engaged yet. Just kind of curious. Nah, there it is. There it is. There's the fight. This is a big deal, chat. These corners kind of set the pace. So what red is going to be able to do is they're going to kind of carve off this part, which gives them a little bit more than the 50% they should get off the rep from a Kingsland opening. Gives them just a little more than they should get. So purple probably needs to be building down. And are they? They can't yet. They have to finish this flag, which is not full. Oh, now it is. They have to finish this flag in order to build other flags. And they got to build down, and they also have to build around. I'm kind of surprised. I think they don't realize they need to cut through this way. But they need to cut up into the left through here. Like, they need to get flags here urgently. I don't think they realize it yet. They're going to have problems. Now, let's look at the other corner. This corner also, I mean, we've seen huge KvKs that massive amounts of troop loss really happens in these corners. So this wall jump so far is looking really clean. This is looking good for 1021 as well. I'm really shocked they're not building another flag over here. I mean, they need to speed run these flags down to this pass. Bro studied in college for his rock major. You know, it's funny. I played a lot of World of Warcraft in college. And there's a story there, and the story goes as follows. When I first heard that World of Warcraft was making a cartoony looking... I guess Blizzard was making a cartoony looking, you know, MMORPG off the Warcraft IP. I was like, oh, that sounds dumb. Little did I know, right? So my mom, of all people, signs up to beta test World of Warcraft. Okay? My mom signed up to beta test World of Warcraft. This is true. She had played Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes with my dad. And she played, like, I don't know. I mean, basically after trying... What got her into it? Maybe it was Sims Online. Got her into playing with, like, you know. Yeah, my mom's a gamer. Sims Online got her into gaming. And then her alliance, or group that she played with in Sims Online, was like, hey, we're going to play Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. You should come play with us. So her and my dad did that. And then they did a couple others. They did some, like, City of Heroes game that was really unpopular. And then ultimately, right, my mom signs up to beta test World of Warcraft. So who ended up doing all the beta testing? It was this guy over here, let me tell you. I was the one who ended up playing that account. Now, I was in college at the time. And those of you who have like been to the channel before, you've probably already heard this story. But I played a warrior. My dad played a mage. And my mom played a priest. Right? With a warrior who can tank, a mage who's got CC and damage, and a priest who's doing heals. Like, you can pretty much do any content you want, which is what we did. And I played with their guild. Funny thing. I actually played with their guild for quite a while until I joined a better one. And that was actually kind of a difficult choice, but I played the game more seriously. You know what I mean? Holy Paladin for the win. Nah, I mean, I was a MS warrior, right? Mortal Strike warrior. The old arms warrior. Ricky, hey, welcome to the Honor Guard, dude. Yo, let's get those hype emojis for Ricky. Let's go. I played on Doomhammer. That was my server. Doomhammer was the server I played on. You know, back when servers actually mattered. Now, I think you can pretty much play with anybody, anywhere. So this is going very well for 1021. I don't know why they're not putting down a blue flag, right? Like, they need a flag down, bro. They need to get these flags down, bro. But maybe they're lagging a little bit, or troops are marching where they want to put them. But, like, they urgently need to hold land here. Every flag you can buy is really critical. So I'm surprised to not see a flag go down here. This is a really important spot. So this wall hop is going really well for 1021 right now. We can zoom back out. Just at what point is switching from wedge to arch formation worth it in terms of percent stats? Hope you feel better soon. Thank you. So, I mean, I think wedge is a great formation. That said, if you're going to rally your garrison, the advantage of arch is it's got anti-swarm. Now, personally, rather than have anti-swarm, I'd rather try to, like, absolutely raffle stomp the garrison. I think skill damage is how you get burns. Kind of push through the damage. But that depends a bit on what commanders you're using. Alright, so these folks are porting in, which is really good. But they still didn't get the flag down. And the problem with this now is that, I mean, they could build a flag that doesn't touch where this one's going to finish. But now if they build a full-length flag here, then they're going to have to defend it against a swarm, which they can't do. They really need to build a flag. There it is. There it is. 1, 2. There they are. A little late, but better late than never. And really, they didn't lose that much by being late. All they lost is 1 tile, but that's like an hour of time, right? It doesn't seem like much, but it's like an hour of free burning that they have lost, plus the teleport space, you know? But this is really good. So they get these 2 flags down, and that's really good. That's what I really wanted to see, and they did it. Let's go look at the other corner here. This is savagery. This is absolute savagery by 1021. It doesn't have all the fireworks and fanfare that you would normally see with flags getting rallied, but let me tell you, the 1021 opening on this side is really dominant. They swarmed down that flag that had a Richard the First captain in it. And the 1021 team is basically taking this corner. So they're getting more than their share of the entryway into Kingsland here. Yeah, this is a 3v5. This is a 3v5. This is Kingdom 1044. Cool. I'm mostly just mentioning the kind of banner kingdoms here, which is 1021 and 2268. So every time I do that, just keep in mind I'm saying, like, really it's like 1021 and their allies and 2268 and their allies, right? .1044 is on this top side, and 1021 is over here. It's a 2v5 Kingsland. So we can look at the map again. Let's just blow this up real quick. These guys in red at the bottom are caged. So technically, what are we looking at? 4 kingdoms versus, I mean, 3, 6, 9, 12, 13 kingdoms? This is a 4 versus 13? Is that what we're looking at, chat? Ricky, thank you for the super chat. Is Guan Yu and Constantine a good pair? So Guanstantine is really good in Canyon. But Ricky, I would not recommend Guanstantine for open fields. Guan does big damage, and while he does benefit a lot from Constantine's tankiness, if you're gonna use a skill tree primary commander, you want skill damage on the secondary commander. Left middle blue is kind of caged. Ooh. Is left middle blue caged or not caged? I mean, they're locked up top, but they're out down below. So I wouldn't say they're caged. I wouldn't say they're caged. Constantine. 1021 and 1044 versus 7 Kingdoms in Kingsland. Thank you for the super chat, Leo. Guan Constantine is really good in Canyon, though. I used that for quite a while. There was a time, and we're no longer in this place, but there was a time where you'd use Trajan Mulan and Guan Constantine, and that worked really well. But I wouldn't recommend it for field. If Constantine had March speed, maybe I'd think about it for open field, but even then, I don't know. The reason Constantine's good in Canyon is because he gives you more troops. He's really not a field commander. Wow, you got XY twice from Legendary Tavern? That sounds good. Attila or Saladin and Mightiest Governor? I mean, that's kind of tough, actually. Saladin is really versatile, whereas Attila does some very specific things very well. You want a talent tree for Constantine? I'm pretty sure I have a video for Constantine. It's really old, but I'm sure it's got the talents in there. Now I'm really curious. When was the last time I even thought about making a Constantine video? Constantine. What have I done? Max skill Constantine plus best talents. Yep. 4 minutes and 33 seconds into the video, I have talents for Guan. Or sorry, for Constantine and Canyon. I can even preview it. Let's see here. Let's see what I think of my talent choices. Oh yeah, they're good. They're good. Just make sure you don't get March speed. You don't need March speed in Canyon. My Constantine video. How many people still view that? It's always interesting to look back at my old videos. Not many people. 29 people viewed this video in the last 48 hours. Jeez. That, I mean, that's basically a dead video. This is basically a dead video, but I can get the link for you. There's the link. Max Skill, Constantine plus best talents. I keep looking in this corner chat because I think this is where the action's going to be. And I find myself... Oh, there it is. I was like, why have they not built a flag? But they just did. Plato City on right side. Plato City. Oh, there's Plato. Cool. Joe, thank you for the super chat. Will Honda stay relevant if I max him today in Season of Conquest? Joe, I think he will. Honda's a great secondary, especially if you're using an upwards of 7 marches. I mean, wow. Ricky, thank you for the super chat. Yo, let's get those hype emojis for Joe and Ricky. I will say this about Honda, which is that although he's versatile, and he does have a march speed reduction, he does have a debuff. He doesn't work as a primary commander. Not really. Flag swarm going on. 530, 590. Flag probably already popped. Yep. It got popped. So the advantage of having field here is that you have more control over which flags ultimately get built. I think at the end of the day, we're only talking about 3 to 5 flags of advantage, but it's still, that's not a small amount of advantage going into Kingsland. I mean, if you can't get the field, you're just going to be freaking taking swarms constantly on your flags. It's pretty rough. $10.44 already took out 2 kingdoms from teleporting into Kingsland. Dang. I wouldn't say that Honda is better than Leo. I would say Honda's more versatile than Leo. And there's a difference. The key... Man, another flag just getting swarmed out here. The difference in the field between these war camps is really pronounced. Yeah. 1044 and 1021 are just really bullying the field. So neither Leo nor Honda Tadakatsu really does big utility. Leo gives you some speed of rage gained, right? Honda does a slow. But the thing about Honda is he's far more versatile. So between the two, if you're making an investment now, I certainly think Honda's the better investment. But I also think that there are more important commanders to do first. Honda's kind of an icing on the cake commander. Like, if you haven't done Joan, if you haven't done Guan, if you haven't done Nevsky, if you haven't done William, right? If you haven't done Skippy, if you haven't done Boudica Prime or Esong, right? Like, these are all commanders you do first. But who do I use with my Guan these days? It's Honda Tadakatsu, not Leo. And a big part of the reason is honestly the march speed. Guan really needs the march speed with those infantry. Look at the top right for blue. Their only way into Kingsland. This corner is really in trouble, honestly. This is possibly the most decisive opening I've ever seen in this corner of the map. I don't know that I've ever seen such a decisive opening in this corner. Heaven's Throne. Hey, thank you for the super chat. A secret message from me. Have a blessed day. Drink more tea. Get better soon. Thank you, Heaven's Throne. I appreciate that. Thank you for the super chat. Let's get those hype emojis for these super chats. Leo and Heaven's Throne. Thank you. I think 555 you could use, Honda. But remember, there's just a lot of commanders I think you should do before Honda. A lot of commanders. I think Honda probably ends up being one of those commanders that belongs in advanced rosters where you already have a lot of stuff. Otherwise, you know, bigger priorities should be what you work on. Nevsky 5111 with double C. I mean, you could get away with it. I use Nevsky Mehmed. I like that better than Nevsky Esong for what it's worth. I tried Nevsky Esong. But once they added museum buffs, as weird as this sounds, like the Esong only really became, in my estimation, fully viable with full archers in Season of Conquest. You really need those defensive stats. You need to take advantage of the attack boost that Esong gives. This corner is really in trouble. Do we have a cav wheel tomorrow? Is it Mightiest Governor? Dude, I lose track of these things. I used to know what day of the week it was based off of what day of Mightiest Governor it was. I'm not ashamed to say it, chat. Chandra or Honda for XY? Both are very good. I would say if you had them both expertised already, I would be inclined to go with Honda unless you're swarming garrisons, in which case Chandra is way better. For fielding, I would say probably Honda. And if you have 7 marches, though, you could make the argument that for the debuffs Chandra gives, you'd rather use Chandra. At 7 marches, I would believe that the debuff's more important to have. Man, this opening is just really dominant for the 1021, 1044 group. This is a really dominant position. It doesn't look like much, but this line they have going, that pink line they have going, is taking way more land than they should be getting here. Honestly, purple needs to cut like straight. Actually, purple needs to try to get in front of this pink line going to the zig. I don't know that they will. I don't know that they can. Somebody's got to get in front of these guys and try to stop it. 68 will destroy them in flags. They have been since the beginning of fighting. They're going to have to with how this opening is going. That's for sure. They are going to have to. Kyle says I'm from 1098. 68 will crush 21. Just watch. They're going to have to offset how this opening is going. This is, I think, the most dominant entry I have spectated in as long as I can remember. I'm not trying to make anybody feel bad. I'm just like, if I'm going to call a spade and what I see, like this corner is something you spend like days fighting over in a contentious KvK, and they just took it. They just took the whole damn thing. They just took the whole damn thing off the rip. And this corner, blue's line should be going like through here. And they're cut off, man. Blue is basically cut off to zig. And it doesn't really matter that they're cut off to zig. It's just representing how much territory they've got. Like I said, I think it's probably going to be like 3 to 5 flags worth of advantage, but still, that's a lot. That's about as much as you can get off a Kingsland opening, I would think. How are they struggling in a 3v5? Well, the reason it's a 3v5 is that I think the 3 at a per kingdom level are stronger than the 5 at a per kingdom level. Leo, thank you for the super. 68 ain't doing nothing now. The 1021 isn't fighting at 10 fronts at a time. It sounds like what 68 will need to do is try to find lots of fronts, right? It sounds like what 68 should do is say, okay, while this stuff is going on in Kingsland, can we also hit in a bunch of different places all at once? Right? Like I don't know if they're also swinging in over here, but it seems like maybe they should try to find lots of places and use their numbers, maybe. Looks like, yeah, okay, that is happening here. They're getting some burning going. But it only takes like 1 or 2 players with a bunch of farms to get a lot of progress on some of this other stuff. It sounds like they need to use their numbers to go to a lot of different places here. These flags are not even touching. That's so interesting. Looks like 1044 is kind of satisfied with how it's going. They just want to cut straight down here. They're probably... So, AM68 is building this flag. That's good. I was going to say, if they don't start building flags north to give themselves buffer, AM68 runs the risk of having their line cut. This looks pretty risky. Because I don't think they should expect any protection from this group in the upper right. We'll watch this corner. See what happens here. This is not my restart. I'm not in this KvK. We're just spectating, chat. We're just here to spectate. We're having a damn good time, and we've got almost 1,000 people watching. So if you're enjoying the live stream, do me a favor. Throw a like on the stream and consider subscribing. I'm just getting over being sick, but I've still got, you know, stuffy nose and that kind of stuff going on. Testing something this week, Chisgule. I really need to make that 5550 versus 5551 Sargon video. Maybe I'll try to do that tonight. I did play Ark yesterday, but dude, I was so sick yesterday. I have to be really sick to not make a video and not stream. I was really sick yesterday. And I was playing Ark, and I kept muting myself because I was like, you know, coughing or sneezing or blowing my nose. And then I kept forgetting to unmute. And my team would be like, Chisgule, you're trying to talk, man. You're really silent. And I was like, damn it. You sounded in rough shape the day before. Yeah, it's been kind of rough. Not gonna lie. .507, 580. Flag rally. Ooh, yeah, this is the corner I was talking about. Jan Ziska in the garrison. Big swarm happening. Kind of an exciting KvK to be spectating. They did get the burn. This corner is going to be tough. This is a really good flag by blue. I really like this flag for 2268. I think it's preventing 1021 from going through this terrain, which is really good for them. So this was a really good flag for blue. Buy bars double C? Yeah, at the start of the game, that's a fine combo. I do like that blue is kind of building through this way. They need more flags. I don't know if blue, light blue here, realizes how fortunate they are right now. They need more flags. They're not making enough flags. Light blue is not making nearly enough flags. I mean, they needed flags over this way. They still should make a flag. Can I show you? No, we're full on flags. They still should make a flag like here. And they should make flags this way. And I mean, they need a flag block. Like, I don't think AM68 kind of realizes what they need to be doing over here. Like, they need way more flags. This one finished. Let's see what they do. They should build a flag at least going one up. They should get through this barb fort. They should build one. I mean, they should build a lot of flags. They should build one to the right, maybe. The problem is they're going to be really hard to defend. And they haven't even ported anybody in. I mean, is this like a farm alliance from 2268? It is. Oh, that's really awkward. This is actually really awkward. It's not a farm, but it's like 9 billion power, which means it's not a main. So the problem here is that 2268 is now positioned on 2 war fronts against the 2 strongest enemy kingdoms. This is actually... I really worry for all this territory. I think they run the high risk of losing this or losing this, but I don't think they can hold both. Who is this light blue? Who's this other light blue? Oh no. Also 2268? How much power is this alliance? 8 billion power? Man, I worry for these guys. This is worse than it looks. This is way worse than it looks, I think. It looks like they have all this land, but I don't think they can stop 1044 because they're too busy with 1021. This is a very precarious situation here. $2268's in trouble. This opening is not going well. I'm not saying they've made mistakes. I'm just saying it's not going well. There's definitely a difference. Again, I'm not saying they've made mistakes. I just think they're in trouble. Based on how it's going. Yeah, purple needs to build a lot of flags here. They should. They're doing it. They should. So purple basically claims this tiny corner, and they try to fill the corner. What I am very shocked at, bro. Okay, chat. Do you remember what I said How long ago? It wasn't even 30 minutes ago. Do you remember when I said purple needed to build flags through here and then they didn't? Do you remember this? Purple should have 3 flags of buffer to their pass. And they have 0 flags of buffer to their pass. They still should build a flag. They are. Too late. Too late, probably. No, that's not even their flag. Oh my god. That's a red flag that just finished. I said they needed to build through this corner, and they did not. And now look at the problem they have. This is actually really bad. They're going to lose their pass. They are definitely going to lose their pass. Best case is that they stall and keep 1044 preoccupied. And that would actually be a win. Like, if they could keep 1044 preoccupied, that would kind of be a win. But I think the better thing that 1044 is going to do is ignore this pass. I think 1044 will burn these flags. And then instead, what they should do, instead of getting into like a prolonged pass fight, I mean, they might try it for a little bit. But if they could burn these flags, I would wait until you could burn out all these flags, then hit the pass. Which means 1044 should still just focus on AM68. This AM68 line is, I mean, this is just a shell, chat. Look, nobody's poured it in. This is just a shell, man. It's not... I don't know if this is a real fighting force. Nobody's poured it in. Maybe they're all just fielding and they can't pour it yet, but I think it's going to be a problem. Jadwiga is a great commander, but only for garrison. I mean, you got to be a pretty big whale to invest in just pure garrisons. I really like this build. This is great. This is a very defensive one flag build. I love that choice. They're basically saying like, hey, we don't want to expose ourselves to having our flag swarmed, but we do see there's 2 flag, or I guess there's 2 columns of space here. So let's claim 1 column for ourselves is a huge win. So that's a great build. And they should build another one. This flag was maybe... This was too passive. They should build another one that goes 1 to the left and takes kind of this corner over here. Yeah, they should go 1 more to the left. Although, honestly, if these guys are avoiding touching the flags of 1021, they got bigger problems. Like, these guys need to be heavy hitting. I'm not saying I know enough about their kingdom and alliances to know that if they are or they aren't, but, like, this is the only group that can bring sort of an alleviation of the pressure that's on 2268 right now. Like, if these guys can't bring pain, then 2268 is really in trouble. These guys have to bring the pain. And so the fact that they're kind of avoiding even touching flags is definitely concerning. Do you see what I'm saying, chat? Their king is... The king knows. This is the spot to be. I agree. That's the spot. And I think they need to break ground. They need to hit. They gotta start hitting. Because 2268's burning. They're just burning. Right? But this TSTV group, they kind of need to be the equivalent of what 1044 is doing. Because if you look at AM68, like, nobody's poured it in here. You got, like, a bubbled 73. Right? They're just building. 8 minutes on that flag. 6 minutes on... So this flag's going to get swarmed out. So they were too slow a little bit over here to get this flag. And... yeah, no, it's going to be too slow for that flag. Every single flag is burning on the 68 side. Yeah, it's pretty brutal. I wouldn't say it's over yet, chat. Like, a lot happens. But I would say this is a very dominant opening for 1044 and 1021. By the way, if you're enjoying the stream, do me a huge favor, throw a like on here, consider subscribing to the channel. You know, as we watch this, right? Like, when I comment on things, there's times where I'm like, oh man, that's a mistake. And there's times where I'm like, I mean, it's not going well. I think other than this corner move, where they could have given themselves buffer and they didn't, I don't really see like mistakes. I think they're just getting out muscled here. You know what I mean? I think the 1021, 1044 group is just bringing a lot of muscle. And it's all field. It's like actually just all field strength. And they're turning that into flag domination, which is how it goes. Here comes a rally. They rallying the pass already? Where's this rally going? We hitting the pass, chat? I think we're hitting the pass. Yo, let's go. Pass rally incoming. I feel like it's a little difficult to support this rally right now, but I like that they're going for it. There it is. Hello? There's the Xeno. Dude, there's so much going on, it took a minute to even load the Xeno in. Dude, that rally, though. That rally just threw the enemy line. Oh, damn. Yo, let's go. Ooh, that rally's getting chunked out now. It's getting swarmed. Good swarm by the defenders. Good swarm by the defenders. That was necessary. Those Tommy stacks really melted that bad boy. Woo! Dude, look at this Ethel. Ethel arrow tower. Get him. Get him, baby. Pew, pew. Okay, so they survived a little bit longer at this pass. But their flags are already burning here. They're going to have to find a way to hold these. Or they're going to need to find a way to back flag. Can they build through this? Nope. They can't. I don't think they can build through here. I guess they all they need to do is build one connecting flag over here, though. Or come around this way. And then if these flags burn, at least they're kind of protected. And they could build another flag over here. Cav wheel is at reset. That's right. Wheel of Fortune always starts when the Barb Day gets here. Let's get a look around. Ooh, we got a rally here. On a Xeno flag. 2268 with the rally. I don't know that they have the field control to pull this off, though. They do have the city right here, so they could reinforce from the city, which is very nice. You can't wait to get the wheel. Finally, you get to get Nevsky. There's the rally. Got sad-faced. Nevsky's very good. Nevsky's very, very good. Let's look here. So, Purple did a great job claiming all this territory. Now we have to see if they can hold it, though. And they're still claiming more. I would really like to see Purple go on the offensive and apply some pressure. Purple so far is choosing to apply no pressure at all. They're just taking land. I don't know how intentional that is, but I would really like to see purple making 1021 defend more flags and be in more places. We already know that the secret to beating 1021 is to make them be in too many places, and then when they're spread thin, it's a problem. But it doesn't look like purple is trying to do that right now. We look over here. 1044 is not building to connect. And 1044 has the support of their allies over here. So their allies... Is this 1021? Who is this? Oh, yeah, that's Blackpink. Jeez. But there's nobody in the alliance right now. They're at 8 billion. They're actually 165 out of 181. Yeah, I mean, I guess it's just a sub, you know, it's a small sub-alliance. Jared, thank you for the feedback. I appreciate it. The one-troop arrow tower is a major flaw. Could you explain that, Nichols? Can you get one-troop debuffs from the arrow tower? This is looking pretty brutal. Rally on a 44 flag. Tommy, thank you for the super chat. What's the biggest mistake you've ever made in Rock? Wow. What is the biggest mistake I've ever made? I feel like I've recovered from this mistake, but it's probably putting universals into El Cid and CC and Martel at the start of the game. Berserker, I see your message, although I'm not totally sure what you're asking. Can you just shoot me a message on Discord real quick with just a little context? $12.54 versus 8.46. I'm pretty sure 8.46 is in a Nile KvK right now. What about Shio's return? Nah, I mean, dismantling that sucked, but the gold heads I put into gold key commanders is... I mean, that's an expensive error. That was a very expensive error. The other thing that might even be a bigger mistake. The other thing that might be that, you know, it's probably a bigger mistake is, when I was king in 1075, I didn't realize that too many officers of the kingdom and other alliances wanted to be more casual than I think was represented. And they didn't really want to do what was necessary to change that. So I think the bigger mistake was not realizing that we had an officer corps that was not going to get the results that we wanted. That's probably the bigger mistake. Kingdom level mistakes, I think, are bigger. Right? So the biggest account level mistake I made was those gold heads into gold key commanders. But the biggest... I would say overall mistake, kingdom level mistake, is just like not realizing the huge gap in what was being said and what was being done. And like, you know, look, this is not a criticism of those humans making those choices. Like, but I as a leader should have realized that we just like didn't have the officer corps necessary to actually be a fighting kingdom in the way that we could have been. And I still think we were better than a lot of people gave us credit for a while, but we were not nearly as good as we could have been. And I think the blame for all of that goes squarely on me, not anywhere else, by the way. I put that blame squarely on myself. Let's go find where some action is. Here we go. Hello. This is kind of hectic. Can you even see the rally and all that? I don't know that I even can. I mean, it's in there. It's definitely in there. Okay, let's see here. Let's go find another spot. Where's the action, chat? This flag is extinguished. This flag is extinguished. I mean, if you're 1021, you really want to burn these. So I imagine we'll see some rallies come through here in just a second. This song? Whoops. Well, where I clicked took it to the end of the song. GG. Couldn't tell you. And it's on shuffle. So no going back. Shuffle goes backwards to a random song. Cool. 2268 rally coming in. So awkward. All right. Infantry garrison. It's a good rally to run. Oh, canceled. All right. No field. Hard to hold that rally. This is not a Spotify playlist. I use Monster Cat Gold, which is like $8 a month for the license, but it does require a license, at least in order to stream it. This is a fun little 2 rally at the same time situation. Look at that. Woo! Hey, why swarm one flag at a time, chat, when you could swarm both at the same time? That is pretty brutal. There's one flag. Dang. And there's the other one. Jeez. The timing of that. 2 rallies landing at the same time, swarming both at the same time. The only way you save those flags is with players that are willing to lose a lot of power, poured it all around. I don't think they had that. Crazy. What about over here? I mean, these guys are kind of already burning. And it looks like 1021 shows where that engage happened. Like which flags they were going to start to burn. Okay. Let's go find some action, chat. What about this pass? So this is good for the folks at the pass. They're starting to burn 1044. We'll see how long they can make that happen for. OCG, thank you for the 16 months. One Cold Gamer. I knew the original name. See, I know the original name. How'd you decide to change to OCG? Oh, I'm officially king in Game of Thrones Winter is Coming. That's cool. So you saying that I'm sitting on the Iron Throne right now? Because that's always worked out really well. Sasuke, what's up, dude? I think it's going really well for 1044 and 1021. They seem to have a pretty dominant position coming into this Kingsland. We can run a poll to see who chat thinks is going to win. Okay. Poll's almost ready. There's the poll. Heaven's Throne, thank you for the super chat. We are TOC. Let's go. Let's go. Yeah, so for those of you that missed the stream, when we were playing Game of Thrones Winter is Coming, I had to come up with an alliance acronym. Right? Like a 3-letter acronym representing our alliance. Just like you have in Rise of Kingdoms. And, you know, a bunch of the acronyms that I wanted to use were taken. Somebody suggested I do Throne of Chisgule. And I was like, all right, sure. I mean, it like seems really egotistical that I would name our alliance acronym after myself, but I can't actually make the alliance until I pick an acronym. So I picked TOC, and sure enough, that was like the only one I found that was free after trying like 10 others. All right, chat, where are the rallies? Anyone see where these rallies are at? I'm trying to find the action. Looks like people are moving over this way. The map is in the bottom right. Hold on. It's not what I meant to do. I meant to do this. Look at those kill numbers, though, for these war camps. Like, you can see why they're doing a 3v5. 1021 and 1044 are just very old kingdoms with very progressed accounts. And they're translating that into field dominance. They are kind of rallying at 555, 588. Why don't I fight? I'm not actually in this KvK. We're just spectating. So this is kind of the opposite of what I was hoping. I was hoping that the folks in purple would be able to apply some pressure, but it looks like they're just holding land. Hey, Jad, thank you for that really nice comment. I've seen every video you made over the last 2 years, and every one is better than the previous. That's awesome. Thank you. Oh, here's some action. Here we go. This is looking hectic. How's the family, bro? Yeah, they're doing well. First, my kiddo was sick, which really sucks. But then my wife was sick, and now I'm sick. So, I'm on the recovering end now, I think. But I didn't upload a video yesterday. That's how you know that I'm, like, down for the count. You're in the bottom allies group. You feel like 1021 will win. They certainly have some good momentum. Although I like this defense that just happened. I mean, that rally was run to sad face. It seems like purple has gotten its footing. It just took a really long time to get there. But that's definitely what needed to happen. I wasn't sure if it would. But purple is getting their footing, and you love to see that it's going to get a little more contentious over here. I think maybe purple should build a flag over here. Just proactively gain a little land. So they could set up to double if they wanted. But it just... Well? What's going on here? Yeah, see, 1044 is starting to get spread out a little thin, chat. Look at that. Daybreak is breaking out. Which one is Daybreak? Is that down here? Where's the breakout? Is it here? And I don't think this qualifies yet. Is it here? No. Where's the breakout? Is it here? They're burning stuff. I don't know if this qualifies as a breakout just yet, though. Because they're still fort blocked. Oh. Yeah, no, they got through over here. Okay, that qualifies. What's going on? Here, I don't think they can flag through, maybe. Maybe. But here, this looks like a breakout. Now, in fairness, this is going to take a really long time to go anywhere, but this is a big deal. I wonder where they're going to go with this. It would be hard to contain them at this point. They really needed a fort over here. So they just got wall hopped. What's my opinion of Kingdom 2000? Oh boy. Oh boy. Well, let me say this, right? Last KvK, instead of deciding to fight in Kingsland, they decided they wanted to fight in Zone 5. And then we had the probably the most one-sided Kingsland entry in the history of Imperium KvKs. I don't think there's ever been a more decisive, one-sided Kingsland domination in the history of Imperium KvKs and Rise of Kingdoms. I mean, my Kingdom 1254 literally took every single pass to Kingsland, amassing over 5.3 million gems for the kingdom. It was kind of dumb. Would not recommend it. So the decision to fight in Zone 5 basically threw the whole KvK. I mean, they literally threw the whole KvK. Now, I talked about this on my channel and I predicted it, but that was a very unpopular video. I won't remind you all about it any more than that. But I basically explained what was going to happen and people got very upset with me. They were like, let them do what they want. I'm like, hey, we're not stopping them. We're just saying it's really stupid. Like, if you want to fight, that's like really short-sighted. But anyways, we picked up, I can do the math. It was like 6,640 gems per person or something. Times 170 people times 5 alliances. Yeah, it was 5.6 million gems. And some stupid number of speed-ups and teleports as well. How many teleports was it? I think it was 13,600 teleports. We got a ton of loot. But I still don't think it was a good choice. Even though we like were the benefactor of those choices. The beneficiary, I should say. I don't know. Whatever. Lilith gonna reduce the amount of gems from the passes. Dude, it's already a tiny amount of gems. It's like an inconsequential amount of gems, but when you have 170 people in each alliance, and then you get all 8 passes into Kingsland, now it's a little silly. Yeah, now we're fatter than ever. That's true. That's absolutely true. Now we're getting fat. Ooh. Hello. Dude, how is 1021 holding this field? Woo! Yeah, we couldn't have a migration. No, it definitely sucked. We neither got a fight nor could get a migration. Mountain Man says there's so many accidents on the road because of the ice. Drive carefully, dude. I hope you're not driving and texting. Don't do that. Counterattack damage here is at 3,000 to 4,000, which means this garrison's in trouble. Now we're in the 4,000, 5,000 range. That garrison's getting topped. Now we're looking good. Now down to 3,000 again. They got to stay in that 5k plus range to be cozy. Cozy. It's still a lot of power loss really fast. Okay. Yeah, Vega in the garrison. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Double C. And that flag pops. Double C captain was kind of a tragedy. So 25% of people watching still think that bottom and right will win this Kingsland. That's a lot of people. Now, 75% do not think that bottom right is going to win. I'm surprised they're able to hold this pass right now. 25% of the respondents are on that team. Well, it's good that they got some fight, you know? I'm glad they're feeling like they got a lot of fight in them still. I mean, technically, this Kingsland just started, you know? And technically, there's a rally in this mess. Hope you can find it. There's the garrison. Right over here. Richard in the open field? I mean, you can. He's got a really nice slow. I personally don't use him. Unless I'm trying to slow somebody, then I use him. When he's expertise, whoo! I mean, instant proc, 50% march speed reduction for 5 seconds. If you 7 march in the field, like, you can kill somebody pretty fast that way. There's no escaping. Looks like we got a nice rally running here. You'll love to see it. Tancho, thank you for the super chat. Dare I take the bait? Who is this Henry? Who is this person? Nevsky's everywhere. Send out your gatherers. My gathering typically suffers when I stream. People would think it's the opposite, but generally I'm just showing the fighting and not showing or not doing the gathering that I ought to be doing. What's going on here? I mean, they got a free burn on this stuff. I wonder if 2268 shouldn't just put another flag down. Maybe they're not trying to, like, raise alarms down here. Like, if they build a lot of flags, they'll port over. But maybe if they don't, they'll just kind of be ignored and go one flag at a time. But if the burning is free, why not burn more flags? You know what I mean? When the burning is free, ... Well, speaking of free burning. Yeah, William at 5551 is good enough, for sure. Once you have a 5551 William, you kind of should prioritize other projects. The gains are so incremental. Alright, so I think there's going to be a rally here really soon. So we could stay here for a minute. I'm going to get some hydration going. I got this water. I got this electrolyte pouch. Got to stay hydrated, especially while sick. Make this happen. Then we give it a stir with the old spoon. Matthew says, if the debuffs for 1 troops work from towers, what's the best combo? There's a lot of options if that really does work. If it works with Tommy, I mean, Tommy stacks would be insane. Tommy stacks would be nuts. If Tommy doesn't work, I don't think anybody would work, but Minamoto would be pretty good too. Skippy debuff with the dagger. Yeah, using a dagger sounds pretty good. Flag is getting built. You don't think any of the skills work with towers? It's just normal attacks? Crab Rave! Hey, so for those of you that have been here a minute, you know the drill. This is the one and only time you can spam the chat. And the thing you can spam is crabs. Over and over. Now, for those of you that are new here, let me explain. This is the crab rave. You make your crab claws and you jam. IRL, you actually do this. It's relaxing. Give it a try. Look away from your screen for a couple seconds. Take a deep breath. Dude, look how much taller I stand when I take a deep breath. What the heck? You take a deep breath. See, I'm like hunched over. You relax a little bit. So it's refreshing to remind yourself to just mellow out and chill a little. This is the purpose of the crab rave. I think it's a pretty reasonable tradition. You can't take your eyes off the screen. It is definitely fun to watch Tariq ibn Ziyad getting swarmed. That rally is in big trouble. That thing is going all the way to sad face. There it is. Oh, they canceled. All right. You know, it's funny because I thought that the rally was going to come from the other side and hit the purple flag. What about over here? God, I mean, blue is just burning pretty much everywhere. There is a rally here. $22.68's in some trouble. Whew. This rally's doing work from 2268. That garrison's looking really low. There is an opportunity to get a burn here. Although, now the rally seems to be in trouble. Looks like he got swarmed out. You own the field. You own the field. You can do a lot of things. I'm drinking electrolyte water. I used a powder with electrolytes in it, trying to stay hydrated while I'm sick. It tastes good. I mean, it tastes like orange flavored water. I mean, what's not to like about sugar and water, right? Scouts coming in on these flags. Presumably that means they're going to set a rally. Flag's about to get hit. 505, 580. All right. That's kind of where I am. Almost. Oh, yep. That's exactly where I am. Next Game of Thrones stream is probably in like 6 days or so. We have the Siege of Winterfell coming up. Woo! I mean, this Kingsland entry is just so good for 1021, 1044. It's just so strong. I feel like a part of the problem here is that, like, there's 5 war camps for blue, but so many of the passes have to be held. Like, 2 of the 4 passes are being held by 2268. That's the problem. You've got 1 war camp holding 50% of the Kingsland burden when there's 5 war camps. That's not... I don't think that's a recipe for a win. Don't stir. The flavor blast at the end is the best. It's funny that I know exactly what you're talking about. If you've ever used a powdered drink mix, if you don't stir it enough, there's always a bunch of flavor at the bottom that hasn't dissolved in. It is kind of like an extra burst of flavor. Woo! Ooh, Sean the Sheep rallying some barb forts. Let's go. Let's go. Making your mouth water. If you want me to make your mouth water, so even though I was sick, I actually think, especially when I get sick, I get more interested in cooking, which is kind of weird. I don't know if that makes any sense. But what I think happens is I look desperately to be distracted from being sick, and inevitably some cooking videos show up in my YouTube feed. And so then I go on a cooking spree. So, last night I made Korean short ribs. Those were pretty decent. I needed to give them more of a marinade, though. Like, I did like a 5-hour marinade that needs to be an overnight marinade. And then tonight, I'm going to make Korean-style pork belly. Which also is going to be really good. Chandragupta rally is definitely the strangest thing I've seen all month. And I've seen some things, chat. Chandragupta rally. What do they know that I don't know? Yeah, the 5-hour marinade, like, there's some flavor to it, but it needed 24 hours. Like, it needed the 24. I think the thing that they know that I don't is that because they own the field, they're just going to swarm it anyways, and it's not going to matter. Like, rally with a commander with equipment and then swarm, I think, is what's going on. That or somebody else is rallying. I think it was Chandragupta. It's an archer's rally? Okay. So they actually... What? Where's the rally? Like, why is the rally lead icon not here, chat? I think it is an archer rally. Where's the icon with the archer commander? Well, that makes me feel more reassured that I'm not going crazy. I was like, man, what have I been doing wrong? I should have been rallying with Chandragupta. Yeah, I don't know why the rally's weird. You can't see it. The other thing I ordered from Amazon is a bunch of noodles. So I haven't been to Korean barbecue in forever, so you can tell I got on a spree of like Korean style cooking videos. So I made the Korean short ribs. I'm making the Korean style pork belly. And then I'm going to make, I think it's pronounced japchae, which is like a glass noodle. a soy-based glass noodle dish. And then I'm going to make chili noodles. So I got some, they're called knife cut noodles, which basically look like a ribbon. I should make a shawarma. I feel like that's something you gotta get at a restaurant. Shawarma's good, but I don't think I can replicate the, you know, they get the meat rotating on the spit or whatever. I don't think I can replicate that at home. I have taken some ambitious cooking projects, though. I like Asian food, definitely. Definitely. I actually have been to Japan, and I mentioned that because Redline is in Japan now. And he's in Kyoto. And I've been to Kyoto, and I recommended to him that he go to the matcha house, and I sent him a picture. And I sent him a picture of, like, a matcha parfait, a matcha tiramisu, and a cup of matcha tea. And I told him, like, this was really good, but if we were doing it again, the, like, tea on top of the other things was, like, too much for my wife and I. Like, that was just a lot of matcha. And I mean that, like, it's a lot of matcha. Like, matcha's caffeinated. Chat, are you familiar with matcha? The style of tea? If you have matcha kind of on its own, I don't know, kind of tastes like grass. Not very good. But when you mix it with sugar and other things in the right ways, it's actually really good. So the problem with, like, 3 matcha things was it's a lot of caffeine. Not mochi, matcha. So anyways, Redline did a little short on his channel showing that he had gotten the exact same order we got at this place in Kyoto, which is pretty cool, man. So anyways, he took my recommendation, and I'm glad he did. Matcha is really good when done well. Like, it's really, really good. But if you just, like, buy matcha and stir it into some hot water with some powder, like, that could suck. Little flavor with it goes a long way. That's what I'm trying to say. Chisgule to Korea. I've never been to Korea. I love Korean barbecue. Korean barbecue is freaking awesome. One in the chat if you've been to Korean barbecue before. 2 if you've never been to Korean barbecue. Cooking channel next. Probably not a cooking channel next. Like, I just am borrowing other people's recipes. Like, I'm not an innovator here. I just, like, salt, pepper, heat. That's my level of cooking. Typically. Anyways. Otherwise, I'm following a recipe. That recipe is probably coming from Alton Brown. Or, in the case of Korean food, some other folks that I found on YouTube. So Korean barbecue, if you've never been, let me just explain this to you real quick. Okay. The way that this works is that you make your order, but some of the dishes are prepared at the table, okay, on a grill that's right in front of you. And they grill it right there on the table in front of you. It's very good. So a part of what makes it so good is, like, it comes off the grill and goes in your mouth. Like, it's right? Like, it's like right there. But it's also really a fun experience. And I took my mother and father-in-law to dinner at a Korean barbecue. And I think it was fine because, like, Korean barbecue sounds intimidating, but it's just barbecued meat. What's not to like about that if you eat meat, chat? What's not to like about barbecued meat? It's very good. Does it burn your mouth? No, it's fine. I mean, you know, be careful, but it was fine. It's actually not Korean barbecue if they're cooking it. There may be a more authentic experience, perhaps. But all the Korean barbecue places where I live, the waiter or waitress will kind of cook it on the table in front of you. You grill it yourself. Yeah, I'm sure there are places where you can just grill it yourself. This is different from hibachi, though. Let's not confuse it with hibachi, where, like, there's a huge grill and somebody is, like, cooking at the grill in front of you. This is like a... It's a little different. It's like a smaller plate-style grill. Anyways, Korean barbecue. Great experience. But I brought my father and mother-in-law to a Korean barbecue, and it turns out they were, like, super intimidated by this experience, which was not my intention. But, like, they hadn't done as much kind of adventurous eating. Like, I grew up in a big city. They did not grow up in a big city. So, like, I've had lots of diversity of food, right? But they had not had lots of diversity of food. So it was their first time doing Korean barbecue, but they enjoyed it, so it was good. Chat's asking for another look at the kingdom map. I can expand this. Also, I don't know if you realize this, chat, but did you know you can zoom in on YouTube now? Like, for those of you asking for me to zoom in like this, did you know you can just open up the map, right? You just swipe to open it. I don't know that you could do that on a PC. I actually don't know how to zoom on a PC. You can zoom in the map. Korean barbecue's so good. I know, right? The only thing I probably like more than Korean barbecue for one of these sorts of food experiences has gotta be dim sum. Dim sum is just top of the top for me, man. Top of the top. Doesn't get better than that. It's got to be my favorite. Missing a big flag fight? Where is it? I went to China. I got dim sum in China. Let me tell you, I'm on the East Coast in the United States near a big city, and I can get nothing like what they have in China. It's not even close. No, I didn't even try the chicken feet. I'm kind of a sissy. Let's be real. I can't even tell you I don't like chicken feet. I just haven't tried it. You should do Nevsky instead of XY. I would argue 21 and 44 are winning at the moment. I missed half my life if I haven't tried chicken feet. I don't know about that. My dad liked chicken feet. He was into that. I was never into that. I really like soup dumplings, though. But I mean, you know, what's not to like about a soup dumpling? I'm saying chat, C-H-A-T, not Chad, C-H-A-D. Chisgule's wearing pants? Today I am. But who knows? Am I always wearing pants? Dumplings in general, 10 out of 10? True. I wear pants when I go to get dumplings. Ooh, here comes the rally. Chisgule. No, I've never had... Is that Momo? Similar to dim sum? I've never had that. What is it? I think they're swarming this rally. That's a lot of marches to swarm the rally. It's kind of a smart play. That rally's Dunsky. The field needed to move in to support the rally first, and then they wouldn't have been able to swarm it like this. That was a really good defensive play. Booty, thank you for joining the Elite Guard. Yo, let's get those hype emojis. For booty in the elite guard. Let's go. Yeah, so I've also been to Israel. And I got shawarma in Israel. And that's also super next level, man. Like, even just the hummus in Israel is out of control. In case you haven't figured it out, like, I'm not young, chat. So I've, like, lived some years. I've been some places, okay? I've done some exploration. But yeah, shawarma in Israel freaking slaps, man. It's good stuff. Pretty much all the food experiences I had in Israel were insane. Is there a chance we can get a report of the rallies? Yeah, if there's a sufficiently long rally, we can go get a look at that. Chisgule cleared all the fog IRL. So I've never been to Africa. I've never been to South America. I've been pretty close to Russia, but I haven't been to Russia. I have been to Europe. A lot of places in Europe. I've never been to Australia and that whole part of the world. My wife and I really wanted to go to Australia. But we ended up going instead to China and Hong Kong and Japan. And the reason that we went to Hong Kong specifically instead of going to Australia was because my cousin was working in Hong Kong. And so, you know, it was just such a great opportunity to travel to a different part of the world with someone who could be kind of like a guide for us. So we visited my cousin in Hong Kong and traveled to a bunch of nearby places. I have been very briefly to Sweden, but so brief. Not nearly long enough. I have been to Italy. Now I can just stay with Ruz. Yeah, I'll just sleep in his guest room, you know? You visited Nigeria. The food was amazing. I have not been to Croatia. I did have the dim sum in Hong Kong. It was amazing. Dude, even like the corner places that are like the equivalent of McDonald's are better than like the finest restaurants in the United States. It's insane. Like the dim sum in Hong Kong just hits different. It just hits different. I've been to England. Yeah. Miz, what's up, dude? Hold on. Was that a double C getting swarmed? Oh, no. I have been to Netherlands, yeah. I've been to Amsterdam. I've actually been to Amsterdam twice. Both times for work, if you can believe it. So what's happening in the map? 1021 had a really strong entrance into Kingsland in pink over here. And then in the upper right, 1044, their allies had a strong entrance blocking out purple from this top corner. Normally, you see more of an even split on this corner, but 1044 just got an amazing entry. And, you know, one thing that thankfully the folks in purple have stabilized around is this flag line over here that shouldn't even exist. They should have built defensively, but they didn't. So because the group in purple did not build defensively, when they lost their line in the top part, they also now have flags on top of their pass. Here comes a rally, I think. Maybe? Or maybe that was just a king skill. Chisgule's traveled the whole world? No, not the whole world. Not the whole world. But I have been a couple places. I have not been to Vietnam. Booty, yes, I see your message. Don't go to Amsterdam. There are better places in Netherlands. Well, let me tell you something. You know, anytime I travel, I try to have food experiences because, like, you just don't know if you're ever going to be back, right? So I try to have some really cool food experiences. So when I was in the Netherlands, we tried a bunch of really good restaurants. But we went to this one place that had the best ribs I've probably ever had in my entire life. They were so good. They were so good. I'd have to look it up to try to find the name of it. You travel like Anthony Bourdain, you find the best local food that you can. Am I savory or sweet? Oh, man. I think I would say probably savory. We got to get some Chisgule vlogs going. 10K whites for the swarmers? That hurts. You live in Amsterdam, you need that restaurant name? I might be able to find it. I mean, you've probably already been, right? I don't know. I mean, Amsterdam's not that big of a place, right? Let's see here. Can I find this place? I don't know if I can. Woo! That swarm, though. I'm trying to find it. Whites are at 3.8. I've not been to Rotterdam. Indian food is so good. We also got just really good Indian food in Amsterdam. But we have good Indian food where I live as well, on the East Coast. I feel like we got some good stuff here. Alexander the Great in the garrison? Uh-oh. The only place I've been in the Middle East is Israel. Yeah, I don't think I have it saved what restaurant I went to. I probably have a picture somewhere, though, from being at the restaurant. We'll definitely raid Plato. It's 1:50 in the morning, but the stream is too good to sleep. Is it the food talk that's doing it for you? I feel like it became all about food talk. I mean, we are kind of just chilling. Indian food is pretty damn good, though. Both the blessing and curse of Indian food is that often they'll have buffets, and it's so good. And you can just eat so much of it. Oh my god. I love Indian food, man. So good. So good. I would not say that I've had a chance to have authentic Swedish food yet. When I was in Norway, very briefly, I did have some seafood that was really good. The same is true of Japan. I had sushi in Japan. That was really good. This flag is finally gonna burn. Give me pho or ramen any day of the week. Hooksy, I actually had pho the other day. When I was just starting to get sick, like, well, just starting to maybe feel the worst of being sick, I had a really spicy pho, because that usually helps, you know? It's hydrating, clears you out a little bit. It's good. I've never had Belgium beer, chocolate, and fries. Thai food? Thai food's great. Yeah, I've been to the UK. I've been to UK, Ireland, Scotland, IKEA food. You know, it's really funny. We actually do have some IKEA meatballs in our freezer. My wife went to IKEA with her family recently. We had to return something that we ended up not really needing. And while she was there, she picked up a ton of meatballs. And we actually served them when we had some guests over. Does ice cream belong on French fries? No. But would I eat crunchy French fries with ice cream as two separate things, but you eat them at the same time? Hell yeah, I would. Hell yeah, I would. I mean, you're like really close to like a milkshake with French fries, which like that works. That works. If you haven't ever had pancakes, French fries, and milkshakes at 2 in the morning at your local diner, I'm just saying that there's some experiences you should put on the list. That's an experience that goes on the list. Drunk stoner talk right now. So the funny thing is that I didn't really do much drinking, and I wasn't doing much smoking, or really any. I actually have never smoked anything in my entire life, chat. But I used to do social dancing. So, like, I don't know if you ever have been swing dancing, but I used to do that. That was very fun. I was actually really good. Chat probably does not believe this, that Chisgule has dance moves, but like, Chisgule has dance moves. It's like no cap. Zoot Suit Riot? Exactly. Dance right now? Nah. I haven't danced really in years, though. And the pandemic was just a disaster for social dancing. I mean, pandemic was just a total disaster. But that was my cause for being out late. Because I would do social dancing. It was very wholesome. Crab dancing doesn't count. We need proof. We need video proof. We'll see. Nah, I was really good. Like actually, no cap, really good. Like at one point on a team, really good. Just to like really tell you how into it I was. A little bit of a flex. Little bit. I mean, now I'm just dad bod and out of shape. But I was really in shape. Breakdancing? No, not breakdancing. Woo! That swarm. 2,400 whites, though. That thing is... Oh, I think that swarm is doing work. Garrison's in trouble. 2K whites is danger zone. I don't think I've ever had kebabs in Germany. I had schnitzel in Germany. That's a thing, right? I don't know if I remember the name of the dish in Germany where they like take a steak and they make it super flat and fry it. I'm remembering correctly, right? Schnitzel. Yeah. It's really good. I should visit the Middle East. I would love to have occasion to go back to the Middle East. I've only been to Israel, so like I haven't really explored much in the Middle East. What is my favorite dim sum? God, it's been so long since I've been. I mean, I haven't been since the pandemic started. I feel like it'd be easy to say that soup dumplings are my favorite, but I don't think that's entirely true. What did I even order? I don't know. Dubai is good for you? Well, burritos, what's up, dude? What will I eat for dinner today? I mentioned this earlier. I'm making a Korean-style barbecue pork belly. Imprison? Whoa, what are the coordinates for the imprison? That's not in Kingsland. They imprison somebody outside of Kingsland? Woohoo! Okay. Where are we? Yeah, we're not in Kingsland anymore. But it's an imprison, so I'll take it. What do we got? 102 million power. Uh-oh. Chef Cheesy Pants? I mean, I honestly... Like, I just follow recipes. Or if it's meat, I just do salt, pepper, and heat and call it a day for the most part. That's mostly what I do. All right, there's got to be a rally coming, chat. We're going to stay here. There's got to be a rally. The sauce with the soup dumplings is really good. I mean, I also really liked... It was like, what do they call them? Shrimp dumplings are really good. It was like it's called shark fin dumpling, I think. What did I do for a living before being a full-time content creator? I worked in technology. So I actually did a bunch of stuff, but I worked with teams of people building mobile apps, websites. I did product management. I did project management. I know enough about writing code to be a little bit dangerous, but I really am not the person writing the code. I was not a software engineer. No. Oh, somebody's swarming it. Whoops. At 100 million power with a Wu Zetian, I mean, it's going to hurt to swarm that. You're a machine learning engineer here. There you go. When I graduated from college, I really didn't know what I wanted to do. My father had done consulting, and he owned his own business. It was a very small consulting firm that did, well, anyways, very small. And I ultimately went into consulting as well myself right out of school. Because I figured at least at a big consulting firm, I'd have an opportunity to try lots of stuff, and that was absolutely true. And I learned there were a lot of things I really wasn't all that interested in. But ultimately, I landed on a team that was building some software, and it was just like websites, okay? And I started out doing testing, which is like such an easy way to get entry into software development, being a tester, especially if you're a gamer. If you're a gamer, you can get really good at software testing. But from testing, then I was like writing the requirements. And then I was the project manager. And then it moved to bigger and bigger teams that I was the project manager for. And then I went into a startup environment because the big company stuff just drove me insane. And so I worked at a couple tech startups. But it's really easy to get into tech from like just a tester's angle. Like if you just test the software, that's like a really easy entry point. And once you get your foot in the door, like at that point, it's on you. A lot of opportunities. Alternatively, if you really want to write code, you know, you go like super hardcore for a year or two, and then you can get a job. But it's really intense to like, really intense if you want to like learn how to code. If you go all in though, you can get a job and completely reinvent yourself for sure. I have coached people through that process and seen them do it. Miz says I studied electrical engineering, but ended up as a software engineer. There you go. I studied industrial engineering. I ended up as not as a software engineer, but working in tech anyways. Let's zoom in a little. Yes, cybersecurity is really where it's at. 100%. Big money to be found in cybersecurity if you get good at that. You were in computational modeling at one point. Level of code that those guys can write is crazy. Yeah. I think the sweet spot for me was in project management. That was my strength, I would say. 86 million power. Oh my god, that guy just got dunked. Did he heal his hospital? Oh, he is just eating it now. He did not heal. Oh my god. I mean, for those of you that are into technology, the thing that I was really, really, really good at was agile software development. And I was really good at agile software development when there were not a lot of people that was really good at it. 80 million power? Maybe he's not online. He's they're either not online or they don't know what they're doing. Feels like a waste of an imprison on an offline player, though. He's online. He was fighting us just now, someone says. Well, send him a memo to heal their hospital, because holy. They're down to 75 million power. Some amount of that's preventable. My screen stopped refreshing. Hello? There we go. Chat. Take it easy. The Waffle House has found its new host. Dude, that trend, I swear. Joseph, what's up, dude? I had an internship. And by the way, internship experiences were really critical. I didn't understand this at the time, but that was like the most important thing I could have done with my time in college is take tons of internships. But I had an internship with someone named Joseph. And they were at MIT. They were super sharp. That was a really fun roommate. Yeah. We shared a 2-bedroom apartment at this internship that I had. Dude, this city is down to 65. Yikes! And they double imprisoned it. They did imprison it again. That city. They're swarming with the Attila Takeda. Honestly, you just let the Attila Takeda do the work. Chat. past 15 minutes, he's definitely able to bubble. He's got to be offline. 57 million power. He's online. There's caravans. Now we know he's online. Now he's got to do something. If he's only just getting caravans, then he only just came online. Mortal, welcome to the Honor Guard. Yo, let's get those hype emojis for Mortal. Welcome to the Honor Guard, dude. Well, there goes his Farmville account. GG. There's the bubble. Oh, God. 55.6 million power. The enemy doing them a favor by zeroing him. It always happens in KvK, isn't it? You hate college? Any advice to not hate college? Yeah, find something you actually want to learn about, and then go learn about that. College is a powerful tool, and a very fun experience. As long as you're studying something you actually want to be studying. See, the thing is, are you ready for some life advice, chat? Are you ready for some life advice? The thing is that you don't need to know. You don't need to know. What do you want to do with the rest of your life? You don't need to know. What you need to know is what you want to try next. You understand the difference? You don't have to have all the answers. You don't have to have some grand plan. And I think sticking with a losing plan is not a recipe for success. If you know you're not happy, you need to listen to that. And the great news is you don't have to have the answer. You just need to try things. So all you need to know is what will you try next? I don't like college. I don't like anything when it comes to studying. Computers is about the only thing I like. Hence, I pursue my cybersecurity degree. Great. Do what you like. Now, you should still put in the work. Like, if cybersecurity is what you like, and you're taking coursework on cybersecurity, I mean, like, you do need to put in the work then. And if you don't like the work, then you might not actually like cybersecurity as much as you think you do. But let me tell you, I know people, not that I think you should drop out of college, but I know people that are very brilliant engineers that got bored. But the reason that they get away with leaving college early is that they were bored with school, but they were passionate about what they were doing. And they are just like crazy good engineers. But that doesn't happen without work. You see what I mean? Kevin, thank you for the super chat. Chizo, please call the 50,000 T1 siege area the Boneyard. This is what immature soldiers call the area where dead vehicles go. The Boneyard, huh? Thank you for the super chat. I appreciate it. So for those of you that don't know, there's room in your hospital for tier 1s. You can see this yourself if you open up your hospital. There's like 50,000 T1s. The Boneyard. The Boneyard means something completely different in your house? Uh-oh. Anyways, chat, I really don't think you have to have all the answers. You just have to know what you want to do next. The only thing that can actually get you in trouble is to not do anything. That's how you get in trouble. The moment you stop learning, you're dead. then you need to find something you want to learn next. You only really lose momentum, not when you hit a wall, but when you stop learning. That's when you're effed. Let's look over here. Woo, that's a burn. It does look like the 2268 side. I thought they were stabilizing, but you just said they just took a pass? What pass did they take? What pass could they take in 1021? Is it this pass? It's not that pass. I think 1021, 1044 has a really good lead in this Kingsland. Where's my base? I'm not in this KvK. I don't even have my gatherers out because we're spectating, baby. Woo. When does the Pass 4s open in 1960s KvK? I actually can get you the answer to that. The 2nd. So, if you haven't already subscribed, consider doing so. I'm also going to be streaming the Pass fighting in the 1960 365 KvK, which is going to be really exciting. It's sleep time for 1021. Yeah, see, the problem with being on the other side of the world is that although they started with a big uptime, now they're going to have a big downtime. So I think 2268 could gain some ground here. So again, the 1960 Pass fight is going to be on the 2nd of February. We'll definitely cover that on the channel. Swarms in on the rally, and rally canceled. Those Tommy stacks were doing work. Another rally's coming through. Is that a Bakal? It is. Bubble Hades. Hey, if you want to send me my send me all your resources, I'm game. if you're sharing all your resources, you can send them to somebody though. Yeah. Do I like the Nile KvK? I really liked it. Well, rally canceled again. I mean, it turns out that if you can swarm every rally, it's really hard to rally stuff. I think 1021, 1044 have a really dominant map position, but there's still plenty of land left for 2268 to flip the story around. I think it might just be a question of how much can they get done before downtime. Because the problem is that if they don't really sweep 1021, 1044, when they go into downtime, they're going to get pretty wrecked. Next Game of Thrones stream is probably in like 6 days or so. I think the White Walkers are invading, and then we're going to stream the White Walker invasion. Pretty sure we got a rally moving in through here pretty soon. $22.68 says we're going to win. 1021 is losing every rally and swarm. They'll run out of troops before we do. You see, chat? This is still anybody's game. More than gems this weekend? I did hear rumor of that. Whew, that's a lot of resources, Alex. Holy cow. Oh, man. Am I streaming Thursday? Is that the 2nd? I think that's the 2nd, isn't it? Yeah, I'm going to stream Thursday. That's when the pass opens for 1960. I assume there's going to be some fighting. I'll have to double check. How can I get back the motivation to play Rise of Kingdoms? Your 30 million power week guy in progress. I mean, if you don't find the mechanics of the game rewarding, like when people ask for motivation, I'm like, what do you mean you need motivation? The thing that I would advise you perhaps is like, are you in a good community? Do you like the people in your alliance and kingdom? Because your alliance and your kingdom should be a big community that you want to be a part of. If you're not feeling that, then you probably should be looking for somewhere new to go. Or take some time to actually get to know the people you're with, you know? Kem, yeah, I'm doing okay. I'm recovering from getting sick. Here's the rally. I look like I'm paler than normal. Could be. I'm just getting over being sick. The Nile KvK. Yeah, Enlightened Darkness and Nile KvK are similar in some ways. Look at this swarm on the garrison. 4K counters, 3K counters, 2K counters. This garrison's gonna pop. There it is. Kaboom! My eyes look sleepy. Man, I have not slept well the last few days. Let me tell you. It's been brutal. Thanks for the advice, Chis. Hey, cheers. Well-executed swarm. I mean, they have that field under control, man. So, chat, although the start of this has really been all about 1021, 1044 dominance, now that they're in downtime, can they hold it? To get that answer, I'm going to send you over to Plotto Gaming. We're going to go raid him. I've got to grab some lunch, tuck the kid in for a nap, go marinade the pork belly for the barbecue pork belly this evening. I'm kind of hyped to make that. So we're going to raid Plotto Gaming. Now, you don't have to do anything just yet. When the stream ends, you'll have an option to join the raid. So when you get over there, we're going to make a bunch of noise. Plotto has been my ally in the past. And he sent me that awesome map to include on the screen for the stream. So when you get there, share the love, subscribe. Throw a like on his stream. Throw a like on my stream if you haven't already. Thank you all for being here. I appreciate each and every one of you. And until next time, you have fun smashing the kingdom. I'll see you soon for another video. Take care, everybody.